The creator of Mortal Kombat 1 just asked the fans if Deception should return, and I think we all know what that means. Plus, the new DLC characters will soon be available to purchase separately. That's right, so if you thought the Chaos Reigns bundle was a bit too expensive, then great news. You can soon buy the characters separately if you want to for around $8, and therefore save a lot of money. Then finally, to end the video, let's discuss one of the strangest mistakes in NetherRealm history, because another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. I'm covering it all the time on this channel, so if you want to stay up to date, then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss any future videos. And then after watching, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below, it helps the channel out a ton. And also, I posted a Tekken 8 video on this channel, which does not happen very often, so check it out if you haven't already. I'll even put the title card on screen in the top right for you to click and get to the video easier. But without any further ado, let's begin with the Mortal Kombat 1 news. The co-creator of Mortal Kombat, Ed Boon himself, recently posted something super interesting on Twitter. Let's have a look. How have 20 years passed? Bring it back? Now, is he talking about time itself, like the 20 years, bring that back? Or could he be referring to the Deception game itself? As a big Mortal Kombat fan who first became really invested in the series during the 3D era, I know what my answer certainly is. I want Deception Mortal Kombat to come back as a full remaster or even a remake. That would definitely be very cool, along with the Deadly Alliance. In fact, Deadly Alliance holds the most special place in my heart. I know in terms of content, it has way less to offer than Deception does. That is true, but even so, I love the roster, I love the soundtrack and the stages. It's so good. Now, of course, Deception does offer more content, so if NetherRealm or WB only had the opportunity to make one 3D era game and bring it back, it's gotta be Deception. I think most of us can agree. Even 20 years later, Mortal Kombat Deception's Conquest mode still stands out as a triumph in fighting game storytelling. So honestly, even if they only bring back Conquest mode, I think that would be enough to make a ton of fans very happy. Now, with that said, is it likely? I'm not so sure, because the Invasion mode definitely does feel like it's trying to be Conquest mode, but obviously it's not the same. But I'm just stating, I think that's what NetherRealm was going for. They wanted to bring back Conquest, but make it in that live games service format so they can keep refreshing it and recycling it every couple of months. And as a result, I don't think that Conquest mode is likely to return in Mortal Kombat 1, but hey, maybe in the sequel, or it could be possible that we even get a remaster of Mortal Kombat Deception as a whole. That would definitely be very cool. Alright, next up, let's talk about DLC characters. As mentioned earlier, soon in Mortal Kombat 1, it's going to be possible to buy Cyrax, Sector, or Noob Saibot separately without having to purchase the entire Chaos Reigns bundle, which is definitely a very big deal because the full price is like $50 or something crazy like that. It does vary depending on where you live. Some people in the comments do not understand that. If you live in one country, the price is going to be different than it is in a different country. That's just how inflation and dollar values tend to work. But where I live, the cost was $50. So I'm just saying, that's a lot of money for people, especially if they already bought the previous game and recently bought a different video game also. It's a lot of money for a DLC bundle. And as a result, I think many players said, yeah, I'm gonna pass and wait for it to go on sale. But this new offer is honestly even better, because if you wanted one specific character, you can now buy them. So for example, maybe you just wanted Noob Saibot. I saw plenty of people saying that in the comments section. They're like, dude, Noob Saibot is the only reason I would buy this bundle, but I'm not dropping $50 for Noob Saibot. And I get it. So the great news is that soon you're gonna be able to buy Noob Saibot separately. And according to this screenshot posted by Interloco on Twitter, it's about $8 for each character. So if you want to buy just Noob Saibot, that's $8. If you want to buy Noob Saibot and another character, that's $16. And if you want to buy all three together, that's about $24 instead of $50. So you're saving like $25. That's half off your purchase. Now, with that said, you will not get the story expansion with this purchase or all the extra goodies that come along with it. Like I think 12 costumes in total, and we're going to talk about that later on. But if you buy the bundle, you get 12 brand new costumes as well as the 6 characters and the story expansion. But once again, some people just want Noob Saibot, or they just want Sector, or they just want Cyrax, or maybe they want all 3 of the characters but don't want the guest characters, or don't want the story bundle and all that stuff. You get the idea. Very soon, you're gonna have the option to buy it all separately, which I think is super smart. Now, should that have been an option from the very beginning? I mean, it could have been a very nice option to just buy the characters or just buy one character from the start, but modern video games these days, yada yada yada, you know, they're always trying to make as much money as possible. They weaponize FOMO all the time as well, right? That fear of missing out. You gotta buy the bundle right now. You can't buy the character separately yet. They want you to buy right away and buy now and spend a lot. It's not how I personally would do things, but I'm not a major gaming company or a major gaming producer, so what do I know? Also, keep in mind these prices may vary depending on your location and where you live. When purchasing these characters, they might be more than $8 or less than $8 or whatever goofy currency your country uses, like euros, pounds, whatever. You get the idea. And as you all know, I love making these videos interactive, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think that $8 is a fair asking price for a separate character? I know just a few years ago it would have been closer to $6 or maybe $5, but at the same time, inflation is definitely a thing, so maybe $5 back then is what $8 is now, because every year the dollar value just goes down, and it sucks. But for me personally, $8 sounds pretty fair for a character, because nowadays fighting games are charging like $3 or $4 for one costume, so $8 for a full character sounds like an okay deal to me. Which is just my opinion, but you also get the different color palettes and a bunch of gear pieces for each character as well, like the helmets. So that's why to me, $8 sounds fairly reasonable, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, because like I say in all my videos, I truly love reading each and every comment, so grab that keyboard and make your voices heard. Because next up, I wanted to talk about one of the biggest fumbles in NetherRealm history, or possibly WB, but honestly, I do think this is NetherRealm's fault, for the most part. Because when Chaos Reigns first got announced and we saw that price tag, a lot of people said, whoa, I'm paying $50 for 6 characters and a story expansion? That feels a little bit steep. That would make each character very expensive, and how long is the story gonna be? I have no idea. Is that price worth it? It's higher than Aftermath and Mortal Kombat 11, that's for sure. Plus, you don't get all 6 characters right away, and 3 of them are guest characters, and a lot of players don't actually like the guest characters. Maybe not a majority, but a decent chunk of players aren't the biggest fan of guest characters. So with all that in mind, all those factors put together, $50 seems like a really steep price, and in some countries it was even more expensive. But you also get 12 brand new costumes, and these costumes are drastically different. They're not just reusing existing assets, they're brand new costumes. All of these characters look completely different with these costumes. That's how new and different they are. There's so many new cosmetics here. I mean, just look at Rain and Reiko and Li Mei. These look like completely different characters. Melina and Katana and Shang Tsung look really cool as well. Every one of these costumes is brand new and completely unique, and it's all bundled into the Chaos Reigns package, and yet it was not advertised anywhere. Until playing story mode, none of us knew if these costumes would even be included, which might be one of the biggest fumbles in fighting game developer history. I think it was NetherRealm's fault, but maybe it could have been WB, I'm not entirely sure, but the point is there's 12 brand new costumes included in this bundle, and nowhere in any of the marketing was that ever mentioned, which was a massive mistake, because even if we lowball it and say every costume is $3, which is lowballing it, modern fighting games are charging $4, even $5 for every single costume. So let's lowball it and say $3 a costume. Even then, that's $36 worth of content included in the Chaos Reigns package that is not mentioned anywhere. Nobody knew we'd get all these new costumes and like 2 palettes for each one, and the new gear piece for every costume as well. It's a lot of new cosmetic content, and all of it gets included with the Chaos Reigns bundle. You just have to beat story mode first, but it's not super long, around 3 hours, and you get all these new costumes, palettes, gear pieces. You get the idea. $36 worth of content if we lowball it. Then on top of that, you're getting 6 completely new characters and a 3-hour story expansion, give or take. When you add all these factors together, $50 actually seems pretty reasonable. Now, should there have been an option to buy certain things separately, like all of the costumes in a bundle, or just the characters, or just the story? Yeah, I think that would have been completely fine and a good idea, because not everybody has $50 to drop on a video game like that. So an option to buy just the costumes, or maybe the characters and the story but not the costumes, would have been a great option, just to lower the prices in different areas, give people more options to buy. That definitely would have been a good idea, but my point is there's $36 worth of content in this Chaos Reigns expansion that was never mentioned anywhere in the marketing by NetherRealm or by WB, which is just crazy to me. Sonica XD brought this up in his video, and it was a great point. I was pleasantly surprised surprised that we got all of these costumes included. I thought for sure a lot of them were gonna be in the store and I'd have to buy them separately with dragon crystals or something. But nope, they're just included for free with the Chaos Reigns expansion. 12 brand new costumes, and I can't think of any other point in history where that's happened. Just 12 brand new costumes along with a story expansion, along with 6 brand new characters. That's kind of crazy. I haven't seen this many costumes in an update since Street Fighter 4 with like the summer vacation outfits, but back then the character models were much simpler, and also I'm not sure if they came out all at once, but you could buy them all at once and it was the entire roster. So that's pretty crazy. And actually with Ultra Street Fighter, I think there may have been an animal themed costume update for all the characters, though I'm not sure how that was included. My point is, it's been all the way since Street Fighter 4 that I can ever remember this many costumes being dropped together in one package like this. And it was nowhere in the marketing, so I just wanted to rant about that for a bit. I feel like had NetherRealm or WB been more open about that, like, hey guys, 12 brand new costumes too, on top of the characters, on top of the story, maybe more people would have understood the price. I'm not saying it would make them buy the bundle, but at the very least, it would minimize the outrage from the price tag, because it makes way more sense now when you include the extra costumes. But one last time, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Another day means more Mortal Kombat 1 news. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. It helps the channel out a ton. And then finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.